entrepreneur thinking that if you can start a business in big cities? Are you an entrepreneur who's struggling where to start? And if you have a brilliant idea as an entrepreneur, are you struggling? What is your best choice when it comes to your audience? I will be covering all these questions in this particular video by just answering one simple question. Where can you start a business? Where can you set up a startup? Which city is best for a startup? I'm Varsha. Welcome to the Freedom Business English channel. Do not forget to subscribe and download our Freedom app. We all know that startups are something that is really difficult to set up. When we think of a startup, it's not a piece of cake. Starting a business is whole entire different process which involves management as well as people supporting towards it. It involves risk which can come in uncertain situations that you might not be prepared for. But all of this is still a gamble in your mind because you have to take risk. Probably it might not give you the same productivity that you imagine, but it's still going to give you the results that you expect. As a business owner, you are supposed to think which is the right place for you to start a business if you have thought about a product or a service that can solve people's problem. For that, first step is to analyze who is in need of your product or service, and then analyze if you start a business there, will your business actually qualify? I'm going to tell you a couple of cities which and why you can start a business there, and if you're thinking of a sector which you can start in that particular city, go ahead and don't forget to take my guidelines. First one is Chennai. Starting off with Chennai. Chennai has a huge motive of creating towards the automobile. They have a huge booming industry when it comes to automotive industry. So if you're someone who's thinking about building your entire company or a business based on automotives, you know which city to start from. This has a huge history when it comes to their own way of starting the entire auto-based industry. If you are one of them starting this business thinking that you need a city which can have a huge range towards the area as well as the place, Chennai is the one for you. There are various range of automotive industry present in Chennai which has huge benefits when it comes to the state. MRF, Hyundai as well as Ford have had their entire plant when it comes to Chennai. Even when it comes to the banks, there is RBS and World Bank which have set their plant in Chennai, and you can actually see the way their growth has encountered. Chennai is said to have the best economy for the startups, and they actually support when it comes to the new range of business as well. You can see Royal Enfield as well when it started its own business, and we all know the venture of Royal Enfield which started also in Chennai, and we can see where it's growing now. Next one is Kolkata. Kolkata, as we all know, has its own way of business and commercials as well. It's called the business hub because it has all the facilities. But there are a lot of people still complaining about Kolkata because it's still not the place to start all types of businesses. Though it has a connective to the Seven Sisters attracting many people towards Kolkata, it still is struggling when it comes to business. Kolkata has its own way because it majorly supports the clothing as well as business industries relating to clothing. They have their entire sector when it comes to the industry of commercials as well. Although these days the government is helping them with full facility so that the business can even strive and drive towards Kolkata. Next one is Chandigarh. Chandigarh is said to have the most talked place when it comes to businesses. But when it comes to telecommunication, it is the first sector. If you're thinking of starting a business with much more greenery and nice place around you, you can think of Chandigarh. You can actually focus on the people because the business development there has not increased yet. So you can implement your entire business plan, and once you set up, you can earn really good because the people there are more encouraging towards the commerce industry these days. More than 20% people drive towards Chandigarh to start their entire career, including having a good environment. Next one is Hyderabad. As we all know that Hyderabad is a growing sector, and it's still growing, as we know that over time it's going to be one of the best cities when it comes to India itself. It has its growth in the IT sectors. As we all know, Google, Microsoft, IBM and Dell as well is dwelling in the high rates of success in this particular city. If you are a tech head who wants to start a tech business, you can think and plant your entire venture when it comes to Hyderabad because people there drive towards the interesting topics when it comes to tech itself. If you think you are capable of getting into interesting tech topics as well as developing a business with innovative idea, Hyderabad is the location for you. It's soon going to be a developing city when it comes to the entire IT hub. It's said that it's also becoming one of the centers for the pharmaceuticals also. If you are also a person who's thinking of expanding your business regarding tech, you can take Hyderabad in consideration. Next one that I'm going to talk about is a city of dreams called as Mumbai. Mumbai is one of the most famous cities that you can start your living without an easy start because it's an expensive city itself, but it's gonna give you enough revenue if you start your own business. If you think you have big dreams and you can give more opportunities, there are people ready and you can start your entire dream of building the business without thinking twice. When it comes to Mumbai, Mumbai is said to have many more opportunities in different sectors, all the way from entertainment till business. You can all see live examples with inspiration and start off your work. Mumbai also has one of the best names when it comes to the businesses because they have their entire system all the way from luxury clothes till the business which deals with tech, and even also the famous concerts happen in Mumbai. If you think that you are capable of living a dream, if you think you got big dreams and a luxury living, you can think about Mumbai and start your entire venture in Mumbai. Next city is Delhi, and as we all know, Delhi is the dad when it comes to entire business world. It deals with the financial as well as the industrial growth because it's the home for Indian corporate headquarters of IBM, Microsoft, American Express, Bank of America and many more. It is one of the strongest cities when it comes to IT professionals and has the growth of more than 13% when it comes to the employment. Moving to the top of the board, we have Bangalore. As we all know that this city is the Silicon Valley of India and it's got wider range of job opportunities when we talk about the startups. You can start today and then still people will promote you and help you because here people already have the mindset of more than 3% of youngsters who want to start as an entrepreneur. It actually ranks first when it comes to the productivity of startups and it's known as a city for the most conducive environment, trade and digitalization. Bangalore is actually said to be the largest home for the nation's largest IT hubs such as Infosys, Wipro and many more. Not only that, when we move on to the breeding grounds, Bangalore has actually bought in many more companies such as Flipkart, Ola, Quikr, Uber, etc. So when we see the history of Bangalore, it's been having a great development when it comes to the startups, including all the way from food till the movie industries as well. It has its own name when it comes to the productions of its own state and solving people's problem over and all. So if you think I have given you proper information and locations if you want to start a business, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also make sure that you download Freedom app because if you are struggling that what type of business suits you well and if you have a great idea about it, do watch our mentors telling you live examples regarding business and marketing, personal finance as well as organic farming. And also, thank you so much, get wise and break free.